Hello students, today we are going to start with a new lesson, that is the human body. Now human body is a complex machine, and this complex machine is made up of over 100 trillion cells, and these cells, they aggregate to form tissues, and these tissues form organs. Different types of organs are formed, and these organs have got specific functions, and to perform the specific functions there arise the organ systems, and when all the functions are done in a proper way, these make an organism. Now for your knowledge, we have 206 bones and 320 pairs of muscles. Also we have the vital 5 organs that include heart, brain, kidney, liver, lungs. We are going to talk about this in detail in the next lessons. When we are talking about an organ system, we need to know what is system. A system is something, it is a machine that works together to perform an important, when we are considering an organ system, that means group of organs, they are working together performing important functions or important jobs for the body, and these systems are very much necessary for our body. Why? Because it will help us to survive and reproduce. Now we are going to focus on the systems of the human body in the next few slides. Now coming to the systems of the human body, we have got the circulatory system, the digestive system, the endocrine system, the immune system, the lymphatic system, the nervous system, the muscle system, the reproductive system, the respiratory system, and the urinary system. So let's have a brief description about all the systems that I have stated now. Now coming to the circulatory system. Now this system is highly efficient for moving substances around the body. Now the body's entire blood volume circulates for distributing oxygen, nutrients, and what else? The body waste. Now the heart is actually the central pump of the circulatory system, which actually send blood throughout the body at a very high speed. To ensure that we get enough of oxygen, the heart pumps the blood and sends large amount of blood through the lungs capacity. Now this circulatory system also performs the vital task of carrying the waste materials or waste products away from our cells. It delivers the carbon dioxide to the lungs and other toxins to the liver and kidneys to be destroyed or excreted out. Next, coming to the digestive system. Now this system takes in the food and processes it to obtain useful nutrients. Now when the food enters the body, what we do? It is first chewed by the mouth. Why it is chewed by the mouth? To break it down into pieces. These pieces will pass through the food pipe and enters the stomach, and in the stomach this food particles is treated with acids, and also some special enzymes are there which will help in breaking the food components into more useful forms. Clear? Now finally, when it passes through the intestines, so that the useful nutrients are extracted from the food as far as possible. You have one of the vital organs, that is the liver. This liver helps by releasing substances that assist the stomach and intestine in breaking down the food and by breaking down the toxic substances in the blood. Now once the useful nutrients have been extracted from the food, they are distributed to the body cells by the circulatory system. Fine. The next system which we are going to talk about is the endocrine system. Now this endocrine system consists of tissues that sends out chemical messages, and these chemical messages are called hormones. Clear? and these messages are sent to the rest of the body. Now, each of these messages has its own unique purpose to which the body's other systems respond accordingly. Now, for example, when your body is hungry, suppose, your stomach will release a particular hormone that will inform the brain and other organ systems that you want food. Now, on the other hand, when your body is full, suppose, then another set of hormones, rather hormone messengers, will inform the body to stop eating. So this is how this endocrine system works, by sending particular hormones for particular situations. Now coming to the immune system. Now this immune system is basically a complex network of cells and proteins that defends the body against any kind of infections. Now our body immune system is essential for our survival. So without this immune system, our body would be open to get attacked from the viruses, bacteria, parasites and more. So it is our immune system that keeps our body healthy. Now the white blood cell, that is WBC, this is actually the key component of the immune system. And these white blood cells are stored in different places in the body, which are referred to as lymphoid organs. Let's come to a picture in the next slide. These are the lymphoid organs. The first one is the thymus. And this thymus is a gland between the lungs and just below the neck. Another lymphoid organ is the spleen, this one. And this is an organ that filters the blood and sits in the upper left of the abdomen. Another lymphoid organ is the bone marrow, and this is found in the center of the bones, and it also produces red blood cells, that is the RBC. And another lymphoid organ, that is the lymph nodes. These are small gland which is present throughout the body, linked by the lymphatic vessels. Clear? So white blood cells, they are stored in different types of places as I've mentioned here, and these are collectively known as the lymphoid organs. Again, coming back to the previous slide. Now after the immune system, coming to the lymphatic system. And this lymphatic system is a system of capillaries, vessels, nodes and other organs that transport a fluid called lymph from the tissues and as it returns to the bloodstream. The lymphatic tissue of these organs, what it does, it filters and cleans the lymph of any debris, abnormal cells or pathogens. So it is also playing an important role, thus fighting for infection. Clear? Next, coming to the nervous system. The nervous system, what it does, it allows us to sense stimuli such as light, sound, smell and touch from our environment. Not only that, it also makes sensation of pain, illness and wellness. So you can feel the pain. When you're ill, you feel it. When you're weak, you feel it. So this is how the nervous system works. It gives us sensation. It also gives us the brain, the huge, central processing unit, the CPU, and that combines this stimuli into performing tasks such as recording memories, producing emotional responses, and thinking about something, and so on. Nervous system plays a very important role in our daily activities. Next, coming to the muscle system. Now, this muscle system consists of muscles, and this system allows an organism to move and stimulate the internal organs. There are several types of muscles in humans. There are cardiac muscles, smooth muscles and skeletal muscles. Clear? the muscle surrounding the heart and has the important function within the circulatory system. Whereas the smooth muscles, they are better at squeezing and holding, while the skeletal muscles, they are very much adapted to the strenuous exercises that we do. Now coming to the reproductive system. Now this reproductive system is not essential to the individual survival, but it is very much essential for the survival of the species. Why? Because if species don't reproduce, it would not last very long. That is called evolution, and we are going to learn about it when you grow up in the higher classes. In humans, there are two types of systems. One is the male reproductive system, another one is the female reproductive system. And this two system works together and makes the reproduction successful by producing the young ones. Clear? Next, coming to the respiratory system. Respiratory system is an important system. Why? Because it is related to respiration process. Now, in this respiratory system, we take in oxygen from the environment and convert it into a form that our cells can use it. Now, when we take in oxygen, this oxygen is taken through our lungs, and this oxygen rapidly diffuses it into the blood. Now, the lungs, which play an important role in the reproductive systems, it accomplish this by passing the amount of blood over the gaseous exchange membranes, resulting in purification of the blood. Not only that, these lungs also expel the carbon dioxide, which is considered to be the waste product. Carbon dioxide is obviously the waste product. We take in oxygen and we give out carbon dioxide. Clear? So this lungs also expel the carbon dioxide, which is a waste product of the cellular respiration. Now, if this carbon dioxide is not expelled, then what would happen? It will build up to toxic levels or harmful levels in our body. That would have been fatal. Next, another important system is the urinary system. Now, this urinary system keeps our body healthy. Why? Because it helps in removing any kind of dangerous waste products from our blood and expels them from our body in the form of urine. Clear? Now, the organ that plays an important role in excreting out the waste materials from our body in the form of urine is the kidney. Now this kidney has got some special filters which allows the dangerous substances to pass out from the bloodstream while keeping the helpful substances inside our body. And the waste liquid that is filtered out by the kidneys is stored in the bladder, that is the urinary bladder, until the body expels it. So this was all about the different types of systems in humans. Now coming to the vital organs of the human beings. Now humans have got 5 vital organs that are essential for the survival. These are the brain, heart, kidney, liver, and the lungs. Others are also the organs of the humans, but these 5 are the vital organs. Now, first we are going to talk about the human brain. Now, the human brain is actually the body's central processing unit, that is CPU. Why? Because it receives and sends signals to the other organs, not only through the nervous system but also through some secreted hormones which I have described, that is the endocrine system. It is also responsible for our thoughts, feelings, memory storage, and also the general perception of the world. Now coming to the heart. Now the human heart is actually responsible for pumping the blood throughout our body. Next is the kidney, this one. Now the function of the kidney is to remove the waste and also the extra fluid from the blood. Now this kidney take the urea, which is the toxic material in our body, out of the blood and combine it with water and other substances to make the urine. Next is liver. Now, liver also has many functions. It includes detoxifying the harmful substances or harmful chemicals, breaking down of the drugs, filtering of blood, secretion of bile, and production of blood clotting proteins. Another vital organ which we are going to discuss is the lungs. Now, these lungs are responsible for removing oxygen from the air we breathe and transferring it into our blood where it can be sent to our cells. Not only that, lungs also remove carbon dioxide which we exhale. So we are going to discuss about all these vital organs in detail in the next lesson. Thank you.